Last spring, when COVID began to appear in the North Country, our numbers were some of the lowest in New York State. Chances were low that you even knew anyone affected by COVID. Thanks to our rural location and diligence of North Country residents, we were able to keep those numbers in check throughout the summer and early fall. Businesses began to open, people went back to work, beautiful weather took us all outside, kids went back to school, and it seemed that we had started to move toward the new normal. We missed our family, we missed our friends, special events, and celebrations. Since we were doing so well keeping our numbers down, many became COVID fatigued and began to let their guard down. That's when it all changed. Things that used to be normal, eating out, shopping, travel, baptisms, weddings, auctions, family gatherings, even Halloween parties, were the very things that in a matter of weeks made our COVID numbers surge. Our North Country region has experienced more cases this fall than it did throughout the spring and summer combined. We have more active cases of COVID right now than we have ever had before. Now is not the time to let your guard down.
You may not have known anyone affected by COVID in the past. However, chances are that today you do, and maybe even more than one person. Someone who's tested positive with or without symptoms, someone who's been quarantined due to a verified or potential COVID exposure, someone who's been hospitalized with COVID, and yes, maybe even someone whose life has been taken by COVID. It's here, it's real, and it can be deadly. As the North Country COVID cases continue to rise, we are experiencing many more hospitalizations and many more patients who are sicker than they were this past spring. And we are having more deaths. Our hospitals and healthcare workers are doing everything they can to care for these patients. But at some point, if this trend continues, our resources will be stretched to their limits, putting even more lives at risk. Please, don't let your guard down.
We are seeing a virus that's more contagious than other viruses. If just one person has the virus, it now tends to spread to the entire household, to attendees at social gatherings, and among co-workers at places of employment. If you are an employer and if your type of work makes it possible, consider a policy in which employees work in cohorts, which rotate days in the office with other cohorts and days working from home. It is highly encouraged that you do not permit employees with any symptoms to come to work. This doesn't just mean the symptoms that most people think about with this virus, fever, chills, and body aches, but also symptoms they may play off as a common cold, a sinus infection, or allergies such as cough, runny nose, sore throat, headache, and fatigue. These can also be signs of COVID, and erring on the side of caution can help contain the spread. Some differences between COVID and the flu: COVID is more infectious. With COVID, you can have loss of taste and smell. You can have blood clots in the lungs, the brain, and a higher mortality. It's also the flu season. Getting your flu shot is more important than ever. Not only does it help fight off the flu, it also can reduce the severity and duration of symptoms. Our worst fear this year is that someone who doesn't get the flu shot contracts the flu and the coronavirus at the same time. This could be a deadly combination. We cannot overwhelm our hospitals with the flu and COVID patients, which could drain our resources and overwhelm our overworked healthcare workers. Please get your flu shot and don't let your guard down.
As winter and the holidays are upon us, it will be tempting to continue to let our guard down in order to be with family and friends. Unfortunately, if we are safe and vigilant as necessary, the holidays must be different this year. It is recommended to avoid gatherings of family members and friends and avoid traveling to or welcoming visitors from COVID hotspots in New York State and throughout the country. We've been forced to work, learn, and communicate virtually during the pandemic. With today's technology, virtual holiday celebrations are a safe alternative to in-person celebrations. If we all make these sacrifices now, the chances are greater for a normal holiday season next year and well into the future. So we call upon you, our North Country neighbors and friends, to demonstrate your strength and resilience by renewing your commitment to keeping yourself and others safe. Wear a mask covering mouth and nose when in public. Physically distance 6 feet or more. And remember, physical distancing isn't just for strangers, it's for family members and friends as well. Wash your hands frequently, 20 seconds or more. Avoid gatherings. If you're symptomatic in any way or have had a confirmed or potential exposure, please stay home. Don't let your guard down.
People in North Country are tough. We survived the flu, blizzards, ice storms, microbursts, and everything else. We will survive this pandemic by remaining vigilant and following CDC guidelines to prevent the spread of this virus. Let's not let our guards down.
Please, don't let your guard down.
Don't let your guard down.
Don't let your guard down.
Now is not the time to let your guard down.